Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Sorry for that spectacular beginning. And also the weapon needed some instant repairs after that shot. Anyway, this video of course is a paid promotion. This means I have a sponsor. And you know that sponsor, it's Plarium, and I used to do a lot of stuff for their Vikings game. I still like it. But now they brought out Raid Shadow Legends. And that is a completely different kind of game. It's a role-player game. And it has such cool heroes and bosses and enemies and so on and weapons that I decided that's a game that I want to promote. Since I'm limiting myself to just only 4 promoted videos in the whole year, this is a rather special event here on the Slingshot channel. The game is really cool because it has really stunning graphics, the 3D and so on. For a cell phone game, it's amazing. I think this is really on par with some of the greatest games that I've seen for the desktop PCs. And it's all about fighting. You can fight against monsters, you can fight against dragons, all these things. It's really amazing. You can actually have your pick about, what kind of champion you like best. And then you can assemble a large group and train them and then go into battle with them. The storyline's really cool. I like it. And others like it too, obviously, because 10 million people downloaded it in the first 3 months and see 200,000 people reviewed it, and it's getting, really glorious results about that. So, what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click on the special links, and if you are a new player, you will get 100,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 day experience point boost, and 1 free champion, the Executioner. Look at that badass champion they're giving you for free. All this great stuff will be waiting for you here. And hurry, because all these goodies will be there for 30 days only.
Raid Shadow Legends.
So as I said, if people want me to do a sponsored video, I only do it on the condition that I would practically also would do it for free, because I find an awesome weapon in it that I need to test and build. So I saw this picture and fell in love with it instantly. I mean, look at that guy with the glowing face and so on. And then he has this epic shield and flail. And that is a flail after my heart. It's got spikes all over. It looks really, really dangerous. In any case, I decided to make that flail and see how it would work in real life. And here it is, the epic flail from Raid Shadow Legends. Let me show you its features. So as you see, I really tried to stay as close to the original as I could. This means that I don't think that I've left out a single spike, even though I saw in an artwork that I found later on that actually is probably going to have another row of spikes here. But you see, these spikes not only look vicious, but they also prevent that any opponent would be able to grapple that thing and take it away from me. You see you got these rows of the blades on the shaft, and then of course you got the flail itself. Of course it's attached with a very, very, very strong chain, and the chain is spiked as well. So I think the chain alone will be a tremendous weapon. Plus also there's long spikes and short spikes on the flail, and the flail is real heavy. The flail alone weighs about 3 kilos and the total weight of the weapon is 6 kilos. That's of course ludicrous and way too much for any practical weapon, but keep in mind this is handled by a mythical creature and not by a human person. Still, I will try to see if it's possible for a human, me, to cause some damage. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit about how to wield it. I mean, of course, two-handed is not so tough. You can do it, although, of course, everything that you do with this thing is dangerous. So I'm happy that I have my safety t-shirt on. I shortened the chain, so it's a little shorter than the ones in the real game. And that is what you have to do with the flail. See, you have to make sure that when you hold it, this thing cannot backlash at you and then really hurt your hand, like it happened to me during the tests. That was painful, even though it was really, really a weak shot. Still, this has awesome power. So this is the way how you could easily handle it. So that's not a big deal for me. The question is, can you also wield it with one hand? So I looked at the video that they use for promotion, and I found a very short scene of actually the beast itself. It's called the Iron Golem. And it was done by one of their designers that I hope to meet when I'm visiting them in Ukraine in the over next week. And as you can see that here is a swing that he's doing. I slow-moed it for you so you can see what happens. He's actually picking it up with his right arm, then he swings it around one-handedly, and then he's hitting the floor. So I will try if I can replicate that, hitting that almost broken table, and give it the rest. Okay, it is a bit scary to swing this thing around your body and your head, but we'll do it because we are no pussies here at the Slingshot channel. All right. Victory! I think this proves that the weapon actually can be used as intended in the game, even though I'm no mythical creature. But on the other hand, there were no flames, so sorry for that. Next we will test this watermelon. It weighs about the same, maybe a little lighter than the flail itself. And go! Another victory! Not bad. I know, my videos are never complete without ballistic gelatin. Actually, again, with the coconut molten in. As you can see here, there's a good amount of flesh, and even mighty Lucille wasn't able to kill it. So therefore, I think this could be working because of the spikes on the flail, but it's unpredictable. We'll have to see. We are ready, and go! I guess that was not a victory. So I think that the gelatin is actually so elastic that it really works like a shock absorber. You could clearly see how heavy the blow was and how much momentum was in it. I mean, the whole thing jumped up in the air. But I think it is actually quite convincing. This is not so easy. Of course, we also want to test the sideways swing. We do this one-armed, and I fetched my old car door here from previous tests to see how it fares. Okay, let's go. All right, we try once more, but with a double-handed swing. Yeah. And yeah. So clearly the weapon is quite sturdy, because even though we gave it a really big treatment, it didn't suffer. All the spikes are still in place. That is because the entire frame is complete steel. Only the inner core is made from wood, just because if that would be solid steel, it would be way too heavy for me. And none of the spikes is missing. Everything is still there. Fascinating. Also, let's talk a little bit about fighting techniques. The major thing that you have to do when you handle a flail is that you must never hold it any more close to the flail itself than this, the safety ring here that I attached. And other than that, of course, it is a very clumsy weapon, but with an awesome amount of power if you can swing it right. And of course, you need to work out a little bit with it so that you can handle it. It is much easier to do this with two hands, but on the other hand, then you have no shield. And that is probably not a good idea with a weapon like this that has pretty much zero defense effects. So, but it also looks really, really bad. And I think a lot of people would simply run away if a big guy comes towards them with a weapon like this, wouldn't you think? But also, kids, please, don't do that at home because it is dangerous. Don't start building a flail like that from scratch like I did. Don't do all the welding and angle grinding and so on, because it could be bad for your lungs and you could easily hurt yourself with a thing like this. So what do I think about the weapon itself? Well, it is ludicrous, it is unwieldy and so on, but I think I proved that it can be an effective weapon. If you have the strength and if you have trained with it enough, I think wouldn't be very hard to hurt someone with it. Not that I want to do that. In any case, please, please, before I say goodbye, go and download the game so my sponsor is happy, because then I am happy. And if I'm happy, I'm going to make better videos for you, I promise. So, I hope you like this, because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye! Okay, one extra, only for those who promise to download the game. Since we have some ballistic gelatin with an intact coconut, and a lot of people want to know if you can use a katana to actually cut through a thing like this, we'll give it a try. My poor Burker Akito katana has already taken a beating, but I straightened it after I've used it as a projectile a little while back, and it's still basically sharp. So what we will do is we will try to see if we can actually damage the coconut using the katana. And keep in mind, I'm not a trained swordsman, not in any way. So if I can do it, everybody can do it. Okay. It happened. It worked. I split the coconut. Incredible. So clearly, here you can see what a difference it makes if you use a sharp blade or just a heavy flail. Look at that. All that cushioning was in vain. The katana killed it. So thanks for watching this little extra, and download the game, because for 30 days you will get a special starter set and a great new champion, the Executioner.